Oh hey, another Ninjago video. How original. But wait a minute, what an intriguing title. Whatever could it be? Well, ladies and gents, in today's video I am going to be talking about the future of the show and how I will think it will play out. Of course, before we get started, I would like to ask if you could subscribe and leave a like. It helps out a lot with the channel and tells me you enjoyed the video. With that out of the way, Ninjago Endgame. Well, I don't think it will be like Avengers Endgame, but something like that. You see, I have a pretty plausible theory of what could happen in the next season of Ninjago or the ones following after. Most of us know about the Vengestone Buyer. Well, actually we don't know at all. During Master of the Mountain, it was revealed that King Vangelis, the Skull Sorcerer, was using the Munts and Geckos to mine a special type of ore known as Vengestone. This is one of the only few materials that can block elemental powers once they are in the vicinity. But the Skull Sorcerer wasn't using the Vengestone for himself, but rather selling it off to an unknown buyer. And this hasn't been some underground operation that just got started. This has been happening for a while, considering how prosperous Shintaro is and how far back the rivalry between Geckos and Munts has gone. At the beginning of Seabound, there is a new villain known as Misdemeanor. I doubt she will play a bigger role than just being a henchman to this mysterious big bad. But after that first few minutes, it wasn't brought up again. It's very clear that they are setting up a criminal mastermind of sorts. The identity of who this could be is unknown, especially with hints from different villains we've seen in the past. One of the most popular theories I've seen involve Nonakon, the Djinn from Skybound, which we've seen a lot of evidence that he is free even after Jay's final wish to make sure no one found that teapot in the first place. We see Clutch Powers actually pick up the teapot at the start of Prime Empire, but he just disappears after he rubs it. And we know he definitely didn't wish it all away, considering we see him later on in the series, and even in one of the legacy shorts where we literally see him hold the teapot and make a wish. The wish wasn't really anything to take note of, it was just that everyone would go see Clutch's movie. Typical Clutch Powers. The only serious question that people had after was if it was canon. Since it's part of the reimagined Legacy series, it would be safe to assume that it's not, right? That would be the case if it was a different art style, but this is way similar compared to the other ones. It's fair to say that this isn't a part of the show, but the fact that they snuck the teapot of Tyran in there makes me skeptical. The only other people I could think of that could pull something off like smuggling Vengestone and organizing crime around Ninjago are Pythor, Garmadon, and this might be unlikely, but the Overlord. Think about it. We haven't seen Pythor since his escape in Day of the Departed. He could have spent all of this time planning and pulling the strings. Garmadon, although a somewhat obvious choice, has the potential to make a return as the main villain again. But ever since March of the Oni, he left on a good note and hasn't stirred up trouble since. I personally don't see how he could make a return as a villain because it looked like he turned over a new leaf. But there's always still that possibility. The Overlord, on the other hand, is the embodiment of darkness. He came back to life in a weakened state and rebooted, so that raises the question, could that happen again? The Overlord could have stayed in the shadows all this time plotting the perfect plan to take down the ninja once and for all. Maybe it could have been all the villains I just mentioned or more forming like a Sinister Six sort of group. Or it could just be a new character we've never heard of before. Either way, they still have the same plan, and that is to block the ninja's powers. But Matt, I hear you say, we know most of this already. Hush my child, I am not finished. Because whatever this is leading up to will probably be one of the biggest Ninjago events in history. Not only will this be affecting the ninja, but the other elemental masters and the people of Ninjago. We know this villain is super wealthy and has contacts with criminals everywhere, with some of these people that cross paths with the ninja already. They have the power to divide people and spread information on how the ninja shouldn't be labeled as heroes or protectors, just like what happened during Sons of Garmadon and Harumi's backstory. Who knows how many others grew up to be just like her, waiting for the right moment. As I said, this could divide the people of Ninjago and the Elemental Masters to decide what's best for the safety of everyone. In the end, this will result in everyone coming together to fight not just the ninja or the Elemental Masters, but literally everyone. And I can back this up too with the reoccurring theme of meeting new groups and allies. Even at the end of Master of the Mountain, Vanya says that she will bring the entirety of Shintaro to help the ninja if there were a bigger threat. We have the people from Prime Empire who would definitely fight to keep their new home. The keepers of the island who would be on board to defend Ninjago, especially since the amulet is gone. Or at least is what we are led to believe. And with some convincing, the Merlopians could help too, since both the Keepers and the Merlopians aided the first Spinjitzu Master against Wojira. Do I think all of this will happen? It's very unlikely, but it seems that this is the sort of direction they are going. What I do know is that the Vengestone Buyer is dangerous and I can't wait to see what is to come of it. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share with a friend who also might like this content. Make sure to tell me what you think of this theory or leave your own down in the comments. Also check out my other videos because I make a bunch of videos just like this, so check them out too. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all later. Goodbye.